Maybe we never gave it a name. Maybe we never stopped to ask what we were. We were too busy finding comfort in each other to notice how close we'd really become. We trusted each other with the parts we kept hidden, reached for each other whenever life got heavy, and somehow made each other feel safe. We'd cuddle through messages across the distance, and for those moments our painful pasts almost disappeared. Now I look back at everything we shared, and I finally understand it wasn't just friendship getting closer, it was two hearts learning each other. We were already choosing one another before we ever called it love. You're all I want, you're all I ever wished for. And looking back, I finally see what was right in front of us. We didn't just talk, we didn't just care, we didn't just become close. We fell in love, we acted like we were dating, we trusted each other like two people in love. We leaned on each other like we belonged together. And maybe we never gave it the perfect name, but we didn't need one to make it real. Because when I look back at us, I don't see an almost, I see two people who had already fallen for each other. Think about everything we gave each other, every secret, every softer side. Every time you let me see behind your walls, every time I let you see behind mine. Those weren't things we gave away without meaning, those are pieces of ourselves. And when one of us needed comfort, the other was where we wanted to go. We could be vulnerable without pretending, we could feel understood without explaining everything. We became each other's favorite person, and somewhere in all of that, love stopped being something we were looking for and became something we lived. And somewhere along the way, love became impossible to ignore. Not because one of us said it first, but because of everything we did. Every secret we trusted each other with, every fear we let the other see. Every time we reached for each other, every time we made each other feel safe, every time we stayed close, those moments said enough. Before we ever tried to define us, before we ever stopped to ask what we were already giving each other the kind of love people spend years hoping for. You're all I want, you're all I ever wished for. And if we look back honestly, we can see how it happened. We were falling, we were trusting, we were caring for each other. We were acting like a couple long before we ever called ourselves one. We didn't need a label to know we mattered. We didn't need anyone else to tell us what we were becoming. We were already us. Luna, I wish you could look back with me at all we've been through and how I still choose you. Look at how close we became, look at what we trusted each other with. Look at how naturally we reached for each other when we needed comfort. Look at how safe we could feel together. Look at how naturally we treated each other like we already belonged in each other's lives. Then tell me that was nothing, it wasn't nothing. It was us falling in love, one conversation at a time, one secret at a time, one vulnerable moment at a time, until eventually we didn't just care about each other, we loved each other. You're all I want, you're all I ever wished for. Not some perfect version of you, not somebody without fear, not somebody who never struggled. You, the girl who trusted me, the girl I trusted, smaller, the girl who made me feel safe, the girl I fell in love with. And after everything, I can't look back and call it an almost. We had trust, we had intimacy, we had comfort, we had vulnerability. We had the kind of closeness that made us act like we were already together. We fell in love, maybe it's scary to feel, but us together side by side, we can still have our love that's real. You're all I want, you're all I ever wished for. So look back with me, not just at the ending, look at the whole story. Every close moment, every secret, every vulnerable confession, every time we needed each other, every time we acted like a couple without saying we were one. Tell me how that was nothing. You weren't nothing, we weren't nothing. What happened between us wasn't some imaginary almost. We fell in love, we just didn't realize how much we'd already become, until we had something to lose. And Luna, I still see it every time our hearts chose each other, before our words caught up. You're all I want, you're all I ever wished for. Not a different you, not a perfect you. The girl I trusted, the girl who trusted me, the girl I fell in love with, the girl who fell in love with me. And maybe that's why, after everything, my heart still arrives at the same answer, you. Maybe you were everything I wanted before I even knew what I was wishing for. And for a while, I didn't have to wish anymore, because I already had you.